What are some of the new things that you're implementing at Winona State, or anything that is soon to come in the future that you're excited about?
Right, so the really big thing is something called the Education Village. Winona State was founded 158 years ago as a normal school. So normal schools were the schools in America that trained the teachers who would go out in the prairie, teach the people on the prairie kind of how to be citizens of the United States. Winona, it was then called the Winona Normal School. That was the first one that was west of the Mississippi River in all of America. And it was only the 14th in the whole country that was like that. And it was right here in Winona. And that school that was training teachers, Winona Normal School, evolved over time, and now we call it Winona State University. And this, the idea of the Education Village is to kind of go back to those roots and just prepare the best teachers in the world right here in Winona. That's been our history. That's what we're all about. That's one of the big things that we're doing. A second one is the Laird Norton Company donated to us the Laird Norton building. Now, some of your family members would know of that as some of them call it the Lumber Exchange. Okay. Some of it called the UBC building. Now it's called the Laird Norton building. This community was founded on lumber. It really began as a place where lumber that was coming down the river, the Mississippi River, from northern Minnesota was being kind of processed and distributed. And Winona, in its early days, that's why it was here, and it was very, very affluent. And one of the families that built Winona was this Laird Norton family. Their company isn't located here anymore. It's in Seattle, but the building's still here, and it's just a beautiful building. And they donated it to Winona State University, and it'll reopen in a couple of years as the Laird Norton Center for Art and Design. It'll have galleries, and it'll have state-of-the-art makerspace and state-of-the-art graphic design space. And it's a beautiful building right in downtown Winona and a real asset to the community, so we're really excited about that. We put 2 tunnels. They're dug underneath the train tracks. This community needs to find new and different ways to get people from one side of the tracks to the other.
Yes.
So we put these box culverts with the help of CP Rail. These box culverts were dug underneath the train tracks. That got done a little too late to actually finish the work, so they were sealed up for the winter. But we'll be back out there with shovels on April 15th, so in about 2 weeks we'll be back out there, and the work begins, and then by summertime they should be finished. And then pedestrians can have a couple places that they can cross underneath the train tracks. Those are just 3 things that are going on at Winona State right now that we're pretty excited about.
What would you say are some of the biggest challenges you face in your position?
Well, I'd say one of the things that can be challenging about running a university is making sure that you have all the resources you need to be able to deliver the quality you know you're capable of, and to meet students where they are, because today's students aren't like they were maybe when I was in school or my grandparents' generation. So making sure that we have all the programs and all the services and of the quality that we want requires resources, and making sure we have those resources. But this is a generous community, and they make it possible, Winona State, to do that, and others. So that's probably the biggest challenge.
What would you say that you look for in applicants when you're reviewing applications for Winona State? What would you say are some major things that you look for?
You know, we're really looking at students who have an ACT score that means they'll be successful with us, and a grade point average from high school that means they'll be successful from us. We don't want any students coming in that really would be better served by going maybe to a different kind of school. And then, and then a student who's kind of well-rounded, who's got more than just classroom, that they've been involved in the life of the campus, either as an artist or an athlete or a student council person. So those are the main things we're looking for.
What advice would you give to students in school that are looking to go to college soon, or just kind of in the position of having to choose college soon?
Stay in school, work hard, and have a broad base of what you do. Don't just narrow in on one thing, because, and the experience many adults have, is they discover that what they thought they were going to do when they were a senior in high school is not at all what they end up doing. And certainly, if I had a time machine and I went back and had a conversation at TARDIS, I went back and was talking to me as a high school student, this would be a foreign creature. I mean,
Right.
it wouldn't be even anything that guy back then was even thinking about doing. So an openness both in high school and when you go to college to kind of explore different ideas. There will be classes in fields when you get in college that high schools don't have, in fields that maybe you've never even heard of before.
Okay.
And yet folks discover those and maybe even discover, this is what I want to do with my life. So I would just say be broad-based, work hard. The best predictor of success in college is that you worked hard in high school. If you look at students who have a high ACT score or SAT score and maybe not such a great GPA, grade point average in high school, and compare those students to students who maybe have a lower ACT or SAT score but a high GPA in high school, it's that group is the one that's probably going to be more successful in college. You could be real smart and do no studies and blow off class and not take your tests and stuff, and guess what? You're going to flunk out. The best thing is the time in high school. It's a great time to push yourself, to show you can work hard, and that'll pay big dividends in life.
If you have any other comments that you would like to add?
We just love Cotter High School, think it's a fantastic place, and want the folks here at Cotter to know they're very welcome at Winona State University. We'd love to have you.